Hello, my loves. How are you? Thank you all for being here with me. I know you've been probably feeling the intensity of the solar flares, which is helping me understand why the energies came through so strongly to have me do that Divine Feminine video yesterday. And as I sat with the energies through the evening last night, I could feel very deeply that the twin flame divine counterpart collective is at a very big turning point and things are coming to a head quickly. I've actually been picking up on this stream of energy for a few weeks now, very prominently, but I was not guided to address it just yet. But this seems like we're really reaching that pivotal turning point. Like things are really coming to a head. So today I'm going to dive into getting us messages around that. I do have some themes and things I'm sort of feeling coming up to the surface, but here on this channel, I really truly like to hold an open, sacred space to the highest source, to the highest power, to bring in the most clear messages that I can. And for those of you that know, I use the cards as medium in the sense of just allowing the images or the energies that come forward to support me in that and allow whatever the highest messages and the most supportive things coming through will be for you. So we're going to dive into that today, like what's coming up with this things coming to a head at a pivotal turning point. And I also wanted to let you guys know that I am guided to start a Patreon community. I've actually had it up for like over a year, but I wasn't guided yet to dive into it. And the reason I set it up is because I knew that there was going to come a point where I was going to want to talk about deeper subjects that I was not going to do in a public fashion. And you guys know that I already go pretty deep on this channel, but I wanted to open up another space and another potential for those of you that want to go deeper with me into these subjects. I'm going to have a space for Q&A, and I think I'll be doing lives on there. I'm not exactly fully sure how it's going to play out because it's a co-creative process, but I'm going to drop my Patreon in the description box and I'll also put it in the pinned comment if you would like to join me over there. I'm going to be posting something very shortly within the next day or two as a new specific content. I believe with what I'm picking up on that I'm going to dive deeper into those energies supporting this transition. And because of the majority of you here with me are divine and sacred feminines, I believe the first um, video will be around those types of energies. That's as far as I've gotten so far. But if you're interested, would love to have you over there with me. All right, loves. So let's dive into asking for the highest messages and the most supportive information that I can bring forth for you today in supporting this pivot point of what things coming to a head. I will tell you out of the gate, one of the main things I'm feeling is that it feels that what we've been working on is stabilized enough. And as we're dropping into the old timelines, like I spoke about in yesterday's video, I'll put that in the pinned comment for you as well, that we're strong enough to really start to build in the physical world, creating these energies of unity, building communities and connections in a new, stronger way, which makes sense why I'm being guided now to do my Patreon. That's another place I can strengthen the community that I'm creating here and co-creating with you guys. So, all right, let's go into this. What can we know about this transition? Actually, I'm feeling guided to check in with where the masculine collectives are and what they might want to share, and a whole pile of cards fell out. Okay, what would the masculines like us to know about what is occurring for them in this current turning point with everything coming to a head? Okay, what's coming ahead for the masculines? Okay, the strength card flip, So I do believe what's coming to a head is feeling the strength and the stability and the inner union of the sacred feminines. Okay, that's pretty clear. Ooh, then we got the Eight of Cups flew into my lap, and there is a wow, okay. The way this is coming through to me is different today. So as the feminines are walking away from what is no longer serving, but this is also coming in multi-layered. It's also where she has integrated her twin flame initiation. Okay. And she's walking towards the sun, i.e., the sacred masculine, i.e., the new day, the new energy, the new way of being. And you see she's sort of just coming out of the water, right? Like, but also at the same time, you can tell there's a farther portion, but it's also like a midpoint. So it does feel like that the feminines are still obviously integrating their initiation, but she has balanced the emotions. She's deepened her ability to trust her intuition. She's following her own path, her own footsteps. She's creating her own path forward. And ultimately, it's leading her to the new day, to the new energies, and to the sacred masculine. Okay. Wow. All right. So what else do we have that wants to come through? So what is this? The masculines are showing us what they're perceiving and what is this creating? Okay. So what this is doing is allowing the dream, the higher energies to be pulled in to the sacred feminine, into reality. It's like those original core soul true blueprints, the true higher power, the true essence and energy is being pulled in and embodied. And the way that she's holding the string, I feel like this is signifying how she is actually embodying her soul in a deeper way and pulling her dreams into physical reality. And it's coming through stronger and stronger that what this is actually doing is helping to, again, bring in the sacred masculine essence as the feminines go into their internal union, they're using their initiation, right, to go into inner union. And I spoke a few videos ago about how important it is that if you're just honoring where your masculine is on his process, but you're still opening yourself up to the connection and the energy and the support of it, you may find that your masculine's essence is around you and with you because you're learning to embody and hold space in a container for the entire connection, which is important because this is where you learn to sustain and embody the true powerful energies of this. And I want to speak right now on something that's very important because I've also had some conversations with masculines that are working on their inner union, and they are also experiencing something similar, although it's coming through them and to them in a different way. And I feel like it's important to address this because it's coming down to experiencing, feeling their feminine's energies, receiving the support of their sacred divine feminine counterparts' energies, and then feeling confused about it. And I know many of the feminines have experienced this as well. Like it feels aligned, it feels supportive, and then it gets into like a pocket where you're confused because they're not present in the physical reality of your life. And in some cases, they may be in another relationship and it starts to feel energetically confusing to our human embodiment, especially when you are being told to detach from your counterpart, let them go. This is a different energy of not coming from a space of attachment. This is about embarking on this part of a journey from the inner union essences. And this is for both masculines and feminines alike. And this feels very important. It's a very important key piece of your puzzle. And again, like I reiterated a couple days ago, you're going to know if this aligns or not. But the fact that it's coming up again for the second time in just a week, this feels like it's an important part of the turning point for whoever you are, wherever you are on your journey, whether your person is available to be present with you in the physical world or not. If you've been working on your inner union or wanting to embody more and more of who you authentically are, at this point, you may find that part of this turning point is allowing yourself to receive the support of your whole soul. And this may actually include the higher self or the version of you that is in a different body. Okay. But you're doing this in the higher energies. So your intention is to simply call in and embody all of who you are, like your higher self. We're talking about higher self embodiment. And as you are doing this, you may find that if you are a feminine, your masculine essence comes forward to support you in that embodiment of your inner masculine and feminine. And if you're a masculine, you may find that your feminine comes forward in the higher self essence for you to embody your inner feminine and your inner masculine. Okay. This is different than trying to pull on a physical form of your counterpart and expecting them to be a certain way in your life. This is completely and totally different energy. It's looking at this aspect of energy that is coming to you as if they're like your inner child or your higher self. Do you see what I'm saying? It's simply an aspect of your essence that you're learning to work with. You're learning to embody more and more of all of who you are. Okay. So this is not in the energy of expectation or judgment or projection. In fact, as you release your attachment to the physical form and let yourself become all of who you are, you in fact are, as a feminine, pulling in your sacred divine masculine essences to be present with you. You're learning how to hold space for yourself and also opening up with your intention a space to invite a sacred counterpart energy into your life as you are learning to do it for yourself. This is what's coming through. Okay. I hope this makes sense. If this is something you guys want me to go deeper into, this is something I would absolutely do even over on Patreon, or we could do a group around it, a meditation, a session. Just let me know if that's something you want to go deeper on. I think that many of you are understanding this. I think what's most important as you're truly evolving and ascending through your twin flame initiation, that some of the things that you were initially taught to let go of, at some point as you are growing, as you've embodied that way of detaching and being present and dropping into unconditional love, some of those next steps are now to open up to receiving some of the things that you just learned to detach from. And that is an important part of the growth and evolution process. And the reason that this happens in this way, I believe, at least this is how I move with it, is because there's pieces that are true for what we're meant to experience or have or enjoy in our life, but we're wanting to do it from our higher interdependent energies. And so it's very important that we're learning to release the attachment and the codependencies and the projection portion of the connection so that we can actually move into the higher true versions of the interdependent, sovereign, unconditionally loving parts of the connection. You feel me? So that's why there's certain like sort of steps and stages, and you do want to make sure you're not getting stuck on any specific one of those. Okay. But you're going to know if you are ready to go to the next levels, because you're going to know, because you are tempered, because you can handle it. And the goal of this initiation is, yes, to focus and care for yourself, hands down, learning to love yourself. But then once you're embodying more of that, there is also a very important part of this journey where you're learning not to wall, to run, to freeze, to shut out your counterpart energetically, regardless of what's happening. And what I mean by that is from an energetic standpoint, you have your standards, you have how you want to be respected and treated in all of your energies, or you're learning how to do that. This is not pushing or freezing your counterpart out. The standards are actually respectful to you and your counterpart because what you're doing is transmuting the karmic energies for yourself and the connection. Okay. It's important to have those standards and those boundaries and stability and safety and love for yourself. That puts that into the connection as well. Okay. And I feel like there's more with this. It kind of just took me into a spot. Let's see what wants to open up more with this. This is definitely turning out a bit different than I expected, but I see that they are having me go deeper, wanting to go deeper into the energies of understanding. Because in all actuality, this process, from my understanding, is in essence a soul retrieval of our true life force and true essence. We're learning how to thaw out the inverted, programmed, distorted parts of our subconscious fields, which in turn frees us at a soul level. Okay. Physically, emotionally, spiritually, becoming as organic as we can be. And this feels exceedingly powerful and important in a world that, if you look at TV or social media, is degrading quickly in a way that is really around the approving and promoting the distortion. Okay. In a world that's encouraging people to be fake and to not be who they are and to get surgeries done and to enhance how they look and to change how they look and to change this and do that. And actually, instead of addressing the insecurities that living underneath that need to look plastic on the external. Okay. So there's that one side of what's happening on sort of a larger scale that's can be quite disturbing if you look at it. But then you have the whole other side of it where you have those of us that are going deeper into our authenticity and being original and organic and asking to align with our highest organic timeline, which is in truth the alignment with our highest power in the true organic creator and our true connection to the earth. And holding our true human souls in sovereignty, reclaiming our birthright, reclaiming our true life force and our true essence and our true power. Because all of those distortions that have been taught or that are occurring are also an opportunity for those that are embarking on that part of a journey to learn whatever they need to learn. And we're just going to let it sit right there. Okay. And it's an opportunity for those of us witnessing it to double down in our truth, in our organic, authentic soul energy. Okay. And it's important and it's a privilege to be who we are as humans, and the gorgeousness of who you are in your authentic nature, how you are in the physical world and internally in your heart, your creative expression, your uniqueness is gorgeous. Okay, loves. And so celebrate all of that beautifulness of who you are and know that you have a safe space here with me on Harmonious Hearts to be your organic, authentic self. All right. Okay. It's important. This feels like a part of that pivotal turning point where we have a choice to move into our authentic organic nature as real live living human beings. All right. Wow. Okay. Unmarked trail revelation. Let's see what we got. Sky bridge possibility for union. Oh, wow. Okay, even just looking at the picture and how it's like the evolution. So this unmarked trail, this feels like kind of what I'm talking about in the sense that we're going off the beaten path. We're sort of stepping out of what we've been taught or how we've been programmed and moving into a true alignment. And as we're allowing ourselves to open up, right? Like these pillars are speaking to me deeply. And, even like just opening up to that higher power. See, we're here, it's kind of like just starting to open and really allowing ourselves to expand into all of who we are. And as we form these energetic boundaries and pillars for ourselves, getting into our own lane, okay? Embodying our true essence, holding sacred space for ourselves, right? This feels so important. And I know this, like really truly having boundaries and standards for ourselves of what we will and won't participate in is exceedingly important. Okay. Because this is how you take your power back, whatever it's for: sex, money, power, creation, your looks, how you feed yourself, how you care for yourself, how you live. You get to decide. And as you do this, as you strengthen in your standards, it's like the 11 of the 1111, right? As you embody your inner union, as you embody all of who you're strengthening that power and that ability to care for yourself. And what happens is all of a sudden, as you're in that pillar and you're inviting in your highest self, all of who you are starts to expand and take up space instead of this kind of like, this is like where it's just opening, like where we're asking for that authentic self and authentic true timeline. And it's beginning to be revealed to us. But it is something new because it's not what we were taught or told to do. In fact, a majority of what we're seeing is telling people to move away from their authenticity. But in a world that's being taught to move away from that, those of you that are opening up to this are the ones that are holding this space to help this ascension for our planet. And I personally do believe that there's going to become a turning point down the road at some point where a lot of that degradation and distortion that's occurring is going to be lifting. And that I do believe personally that a majority of humanity is going to be moving into the new energies and remembering who they are and dropping into deeper self love and releasing out of the material energies and into a more balanced, harmonious way of being. Okay, like we were talking about in yesterday's video. Yes, we still need resources and it's all okay, but we want to do it in a healthy and aligned manner, not in a way that is pushing us into more distortion and pain and suffering or pushing that into other people's experiences. Okay, so this feels like a very, very big collective pivotal point, and I would like to see, because this is kind of deep, what is coming in for the masculine and feminine counterparts as far as coming into physical world. What's the word that wants to come through? They're giving me, they're flashing to me like partnership, but they're saying it's like it's even deeper than that. It's like just coming into the unity consciousness together is exceedingly powerful. Yes, I know that we want partnerships and relationships and all of those things, but there's more important pieces that are necessary before we reach those points. Kind of like what I was saying, it's like we're learning who we are as beings and doing that together, simultaneously holding support for one another to discover who we actually are is actually a very important piece. So, what do we have that wants to come through around this? Whoa. Sacred gratitude flew out on the table and it flew in the reverse position. And so, with this sacred gratitude, reverent appreciation, and prayer, the fact that it flew out and flipped upside down, I find that relevant. And it feels like there's something new that wants to come in around our, okay. So what they're saying is the things that people have been worshiping without realizing it, right? People have been giving their energy and their sacred power and their sacred energy over to the distortion of not loving themselves or feeling worthy enough to be who they are. And that is what is in the process of shifting. So each one of you that is supporting your authentic energy and holding space for your true essence to be embodied, you're helping to create a new energy and a new potential and a new possibility. And what they're showing me is that there's going to be a time in the future where being organic and authentic and natural is going to be the standard. That's going to be the truth. We're going to reach a point. I'm going to claim it. I'm going to claim it because this is what I'm here for. There's going to become a time where the color of your skin or the age of your body or the standards of your beauty or the crookedness of your smile, who you are as an authentic being is going to be what we care for and look for in others. The authenticity of your essence and your energy and the purity of your heart is going to be what is the commodity and what is looked up to. Okay. And I do feel like it's coming, and that's why we're preparing. When I said that these twin flame initiations were way bigger than what we initially thought, this is the type of things that I'm talking about. You were initiated at the depths that you were initiated and for a bigger reason. And when you've wondered why you've gone through it and why it's been so difficult and why, no matter how hard you tried to let it go, it kept pressing on you. And this is why, because at a soul level, at a heart level, you came here to bring in the codes and the energies and the embodiment of true unity consciousness. And this comes from unconditional love. So your counterpart, regardless of where they are and what they're doing, they've been intended to inspire you to become a living embodiment of unity consciousness. And this is about unifying your own energies, unconditionally loving your organic, true, authentic self in whatever way you express that. Okay. And then we're taking it to the next levels of there's something there. Wow, like 10 thoughts just came into my head. Finding your own expression of what that means for you. It's not about judging it. It doesn't matter what your expression is. It's about the feeling and the energy that's being provided for you and with you and from you as a result of those decisions. You understand what I'm saying? It's not so much about judging the actual action, it's about the energy that you're embodying. Okay? All right. We're going to get one more. Sacred breath and sound, life force communication. It's always so refreshing for me when this message comes through. And again, we have these sacred energies coming forth because you are a sacred being. Your life force is sacred. Your essence is sacred. And I think that this is an important part of using your own breath, using your own voice and sound to call all of your true essence home to your body. If you are experiencing a breach of your energies, or if you're uncertain about what's in alignment with you or how you want to participate, that's okay. Call in your highest self essence and allow yourself and ask your higher essence to be embodied through your breath. And with each breath that you take, you welcome in your own direct higher essence You activate your true essence with your true voice. Use your voice, use your sound, use the frequency and the vibration of your essence to activate your own heart in your own essence. Bring it down into your body, bring it into your belly, bring it into your legs, bring it into your feet. Claim your own body. Claim your own essence and your own life force for you. Every single bit of it, every single cell. Okay, loves, this is powerful. And today, or whenever you find this, as you're sitting with the energies, processing whatever you're processing, and we're experiencing the level of solar flares that have been higher than they've been in 20 years, please care for your physical body. Resource up, hydrate, electrolytes, cell salts, Himalayan salts, foods that nourish you, rest that nourishes you, movement that nourishes you. This is a huge, gorgeous, beautiful opportunity to deepen and strengthen the pulling in of your in essence, your energy, your support. And in doing so, the masculines feel the support, and what's coming through right now is that this is allowing them to start to access at a deeper level their own energies. And it's not to say that they do not have access to that and you're allowing them. That's not what I mean. I mean it's helping them see the other side of it. Okay? When we're not embodied, the energies are sort of disappeared and not available. But as we embody into our essence, your presence becomes felt. It becomes known. It helps to sort of shine a spotlight and awaken the masses to this realization that there's more. There's more. And so, in essence, it's supporting the masculines and the collective to wake up and remember who they actually are. And when I say that, again, this is not to say that it's a really interesting energy because it's not about being a savior in the sense of the word, but it is about being a savior of yourself and embodying into your true essence. And as you do so, that's what allows these energies to open up and become available for others. Okay. And as the masculines held space for the feminines to move into these energies, the feminines are now holding space for the masculines to move up into their higher power. Okay. It's been a reciprocal energy all along. Okay. And I've talked about this multiple times on the channel. So that is not anything new that you are hearing from me. I do have a feeling, I feel like there is more that wants to come with this, but I'm feeling guided to sort of let this sit and rest with you. So I'm going to give it a little space. And I do believe I'll be dropping another video on Patreon very soon. And I'm sure if you're guided to join me there, you will enjoy that. And if not, I will probably be back in the next day or two here on YouTube with a new video for all of the beautiful people who join me here. All right, my loves, I hope this was helpful. I hope you have a beautiful, powerful, gorgeous day. All right, love you.